We have announced that we're going to do product giveaway on this channel. What product we're going to give away in our first is the Paul Rubens watercolor block. 140 pounds. This is a very good quality product. It's 7.6 inches by 10.6 inches. You can carry it with you to go to do outdoor paintings or indoor. If you want to participate, please look into the video descriptions. Read the rules for this product giveaway. I've used this paper for many of my paintings. Like some of the video you already seen that I painted this portrait of a girl. And I also carried this on my vacation to Yellowstone. In the airport, I painted my daughter Lily in an hour. So you can see the quality of this watercolor paper. And today I'm going to do another watercolor painting. If you're seeing this video now, watch the entire video and then put your response comment under this video. I'm going to show you the process selecting the two winners in next week's video. There are some restrictions. Some of the countries that Paul Rubens cannot ship to. You want to read the details in the video descriptions. If your country is not included in the areas this company can ship the paper to, no worry. In our next product giveaway, your country may be included. First, I'm going to do drawing study with light watercolor. So I'm going to just take a very light color. You can just use water if you want. The challenge is you don't use graphite pencil. So let's see. Where I'm going to place the main part of the portrait, which is the face. You can just use your finger and draw right on the paper that make you feel comfortable. Okay, I'm going to put it the top right over here. And let's see, and could be the head right over here, the chin right over here. And then on this side, the composition, the proportions still very important. For this challenge, I want you to not use the pencil. So I'm not saying there is anything wrong if you use a graphite pencil. Very common practice. It's just for the challenge for this time. If you are a member, please join the Discord sharing center and upload your image there. And we're going to do a review by the end of the month, the end of September. And also, with this paper, you can actually blur the mark if you much easier than use eraser to erase the graphite pencil. So, okay. Just get an idea. We're not going to draw the details. And everything is changeable. You can change it. I'm going to start using my flat brush, the 1-inch flat brush. What I want to do, I'm going to put a little red color. Start from the face area. So at this point, you don't have any detailed drawings. So we set your mind much more free. Just take a look at the big shape of the face, the skin area. And on the cheek over here, just think the bigger shape. Don't look at the small area. We talk about many times. It's very important to learn how to ignore things right at the beginning. Now, okay. Just look. Not just doing it. I'm gonna get this a little little light brown colors mixed into it. Look, and then paint. There's the chin. Okay, squint your eye so you can see the big connection. Okay, add a little bit darker brown color for the neck and get a little gray color here too. Over here it's just the yellow, red and blue colors. I mixed it for the previous painting. And take a look on the top over here. Now put a little color for this shape. Keep coming up over here. Now take a look. Take a look at the biggest area. And some area I'm preparing to using lifting off to create a little soft light, like for the hair, for the face over here. And we're gonna come back to do more rendering for the face. And okay, get a little bit yellow. The bigger brush, it just forces you to think the bigger connection. Okay, just think about this shape connect with the face, the shape over here. It looks like it should come out a little bit more to the left a little more. I'm gonna put it out a little bit over here. So think about the shape. Okay, to think about the left side over here compared to the face. This is good for now. And what I want to do now, I'm going to put some color in the background. I know kind of everything a little bit wet, but we're going to try it and it's okay. If you make a big mess, it's still okay. We have the way to fix it. So for you to try this process, you might want to do it a little bit smaller. And so this Paul Rubens small watercolor block would be kind of perfect. I'm gonna put the color over here to see how the background color look like. I don't want to look like too gray, so I'm gonna have maybe a little bit red over here, and I can change the color and make it a little bit changeable coming down like this. And coming to the face over here, and we might going to soften this area. The big brush, soften it. It's very easy. And I'm gonna do this color and also put a little color inside the shadow area. Now let's see. Okay. Take a little blue color, put in here. And now we're coming back to the top over here. And now the water get into that area, the area is a little bit drier. You know, the texture is going to happen. But if you don't like the texture, it's fine. It just, we're going to come back to fix it. We can connect that to the hair, that's fine. And create a little bit soft transition. And I can put in a little bit here because the hair over here just look a little bit darker. So doing it without the careful pencil drawing, it makes you have a lot more free to do what you think supposed to do. Now that's good. I know it's a little scary. Now I'm gonna pick this color. I'm gonna put it in this area. I can see the whole area over here. Like that. A little bit darker. So I can see the shape, like see the dimension over here. I can soften it. Just use the water. This challenge is not for everyone. If you don't feel comfortable with this, so don't do it now. Maybe do it in the near future. If you're still feeling the proportion still a big problem for you, you might want to still continue with the charcoal portrait basic lessons, and still working on that, and post the artwork on the Discord sharing center, and I can come to take a look. And if you are a Go member, I will give you the monthly suggestions. Other members, please post your artworks, and we would look at it together from time to time to see how you are in progress. Okay. Now this is good. Actually getting some overall shape. Now what I want to do, this is already dry, and this is not quite yet on this side, so I'm gonna mix a little bit I'm gonna stick to the 3 primary colors, so don't use the brown color here. And it's very easy, actually easier when you get used to this process. So get a little blue color, so that's good. It may not be this exact color, but you're gonna do overlay color with different a little bit more blue, a little bit more yellow, a little bit more red, and for that. And then I'm gonna come in here over here to just see the shadow side. So just focus on that bigger shape, the shadow side right over here. Okay. I come back to the neck one more time. It's the shadow side. Okay, that's good. And because the background is still quite wet, what I would want to do, and I'm going to use this round brush from Paul Rubin. I'm going to take almost the same color for the shadow side in the eye. I'm going to get a little bit blue color. Here you go. A little bit more yellow. Okay. I'm also going to looking at just the shape. Looking for the space between the hair, and over here, this is the shape for the eye. And the corner over here, let's say under the nose. And on this side. And right over here. Corner of the mouth. And I'm gonna put a little red color on the lip. Now I'm gonna get away from the painting for probably 10-20 minutes, and when it's all dry, I'm gonna come back to do the adjustment. Okay, now the paper already dried. Now I want to come back to start doing some adjustment. The first thing, I'm using this fabric shape of a watercolor brush. It's pretty flat, and the tip over here a little bit rounded. This brush is very good in lifting colors. Okay, now I'm gonna looking for the shape for the forehead over here. First, looking at the cheek right over here. I'm just gonna remove some of the color that I don't want to keep over here. And also, right now the edge is kind of loose already. I want to regain the edge. I want to keep the edge. I want to bring the edge back by create the contrast. I want the inside to a little bit lighter. Like that. It's very easy to take that back and make the edge over here a little bit softer. So let's see. And the nose over here, I can make a little bit softer here too. And you can use other brush. Maybe take a little bit longer time. I like this brush here. It's very lots of hair, very sharp on this side. Okay, now I'm gonna come up over here. From here, come up over here. You can compare that with the angular line to see supposed to be here. So I'm gonna remove the color in this area. And like the background, if I want to create more difference between the background and inside the face, like the forehead here, it's very easy by make the background a little bit darker. And inside the face over here definitely lighter than the outside. So you can always modify the contrast. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to come here to take a look at this. Is supposed to be a light shape. So without too careful of pencil drawing, and you just see how the shape related. So that's good. And I come over here, I'm going to remove a little color over here. When you remove the color, you don't want to like put it down all the way and use the metal, and you don't want to have too much force. So you just use the tip of the hair. Very easy to just remove the color. And over here, I'm going to remove the little color over here too. Now that's good. Over here, I'm going to remove a little color for the hair. And this is not difficult to remove color. You first have to trust yourself that you can do it. And give it a little time, you can remove. That's good. Let's take a look. This is fine. Make this a little bit softer. Like that. What I want to do now, I'm going to just put a paper towel, remove the wet from the paper. I'm going to continue coming back, put the little color and take some color away. So now I'm going to come back to use this round brush. Just thinking about, I'm going to take this color for the shadow side. Have a little bit kind of little brownish colors. And I'll put this color also over here for this side. What I want you to think about now is just the shape. Okay, how the shape look like. Include the the eye actually inside this shape. Like that. And this also inside this shape. And take a look at on this area. Get a little bit brown, a little bit red in here. That's good. This looks just like this color need. And just think about the shape. How the shape look like. Good. Like that. And now I want to look for the corner of the mouth over here. Right over here. I can compare this area with the eye over here. And I think could be a little bit out on this side. I'm going to move it a little bit more on this side. And also give a little bit suggestions under the mouth over here. So that means I need to remove the color, make this a little thinner over here. That's fine. And come back over here. Let's see the corner of the mouth, and probably here, looking for the shape. And like this. Okay, that's good. Now what I want to do, now I'm gonna working back into the forehead and then the background. A bit softer. Have the color coming out like this, and I can actually add a little bit soft color, a little bit yellow. That would be the color look like it over here. Now I have a better idea on how the edge of the face look like, the contour of the face. And let's take a look at the chin first before I move away from here. And under the chin, have this kind of colors. And let's take a look. And everything all about suggestions. And under here, on the neck here, and a little bit darker, put a little bit darker color. So separate those two areas. Like that. And now it's in a better shape. It's coming along. And look at the chin area and a little bit this kind of a little bit darker color in this area, like right over here. So let's compare to see how the color come together. Okay, now I'm gonna come up to their forehead over here and take a look at it here. I think this color will be better right over here. And now I can use this color from here up, just looking for the shape, how the shape look like. And now looking for the hairline to the eyebrows, and the eyebrows to the nose, almost the same distance. So this should be a little bit lower, like this. That's good. Now coming up over here, looking for the shape, darker, lighter color. Now coming on this side, looking for the gap for the forehead. Sometimes we make the forehead a little bit too small, and that is very common mistake because you tend to overlook the to the light space. You're only looking for the dark space. But the dark space is as important as the light space. You need to look at both. I'm going to get the yellow color. I'm going to mix this color again. The yellow color, the red color, and get the blue color. Here you go. For that, I need a little bit more yellow, like this. But a little bit too bright, so get a little bit blue color in here. That's fine. Okay, now this color coming here. That's good. Let's get that shape. And coming down over here, I'm gonna actually have the color coming down. I'm gonna add a little darker color later. Okay, like this. And the bottom of the ear is about here, but this color need to be darker. So I'm gonna add that color a little bit later. Look at the, should be a little bit higher, right over here. That. I can make this a little bit softer for now. Okay. So now I'm gonna add a little bit more yellow color in here, just for the hair, the color over here. Like, look at, it's pretty easy. A little bit yellow, red, and blue, which is, there's only 3 colors in here. That's good. Let's take a look. And the top over there, I'm gonna have a little lighter version of this color coming up over here. Let's see, the top is about here. So you see, you can render, add more and more details as we going smaller and smaller area. So, but you don't really need to do that right from the beginning. Look at the hair, the shape should be a little bit bigger. And also the edges. Some of our members encounter, because you have planned all the details and you get a little nervous if you don't paint just like what the reference look like. And you end up to make everything look so clear. Okay, so you need to make some area less clear in order to make the other area look clear. Okay, it's not everything so clear. Like that. Like in this area, so it's pretty soft. I might keep it like that. And now what I want to do now, I'm going to come to this area. I'm going to have a little bit transition of suggesting the collarbone over here. And what I want to do, I'm going to take this color, this is good enough, and right over here. So all you need to do is looking for the shape. So no need to too much worry about that. Okay, that's the neck. I'm going to make it look like a neck. All you need to do is how you're going to find the shape. I'm going to come over here, have that a little bit softer transition. Okay, now I'm going to come back to the background. Make this softer first, like that. That's good. And the top over here too. Look like that. Okay, now I'm going to come back to look at the outside. I'm going to do the other round. This time it would be better. I know a little bit better now since I have those shapes. But first I'm going to remove this this strip of color over here, because I want it to be softer, so when I do the outside, it would be easier to smoother and connect it. Alright, now I'm going to start over for the background. Let me see, what color is it? I'm going to make it a little bit gray, not so warm. So I'm going to get some red in here, a little bit blue, maybe this color. Let's see. Now it looks dark enough. Let's see. Look before you paint. Now coming to here, now I'm going to redefine the new edge. Okay. Now it looks like this, it can come in a little bit more over here. Good. Like that. Now looking on this side. Okay, now I'm going to also trim in and the edge of the chin, like coming down over here now. Now I'm going to refine the shape of the shirt. Okay. We don't have to make it all so clear. Okay, looking for the edge. That's good. Now, since the background is still wet, I think the contrast is pretty good. On the top over here, I'm going to add a little bit brighter blue colors, like this. And also on the edge over here near the face, I want it to pop a little bit more. So I make it a little bit darker so that the edge will show a little bit clear. But it may not really need to be too dark. Okay, let's see. And come in a little bit over here, like this. So you can vary the backgrounds, doesn't need to be flat. In some area, you want it to be darker. Some area, you want it to be a little bit softer. That will be all fine. And the background, it helps you to refine the main objects. Make the main objects look more the way you want it. Okay, now I'm going to come to the right side. Now on the right side, I'm going to add a little bit brown color because I want that color actually closer to the hair color. Actually good. I just brush it onto the shadow area of the hair, like that. Now almost together. Oh, now it's good. I like that. Now we can come back to fix the edge if we need to, but that will be later. And let's come back to working to the shadow area. And don't rush into working to the eye, the nose, those small space. Instead, we're fixing the shapes. Now what I like to do, I'm going to use this fabric shape brush. I'm going to come here to refine the edge. Refine again. I think you can push out a little bit more. Just like you use any other medium, you don't have to make be a little bit tiptoe in the watercolor painting process. You say, if something needs to change, you can change it. The only thing you need to worry about is we can wait a little bit, maybe not in the right timing. That could be you have to wait a few minutes before you come back to one space. And this can be a little bit softer on the edge over here. So think about the edge. Not everything so clear, so sharp, and over here a little bit softer. And I also want to add a little red color on the edge over here because this area appears to be a little warmer, and also here a little bit warmer. Okay, like this. Looks good. And then this color also coming up over here to the forehead. Like that. That's good. Now form the color a little bit better. All right, we're going to continue. I'm going to use this a little bit smaller brush is for the calligraphy, and I'm going to pick this. Maybe the color should be a little bit darker, a little bit warmer, like this will be the good color. Now I'm going to add a little, catch the shadow. And a little bit darker in this area. Like that. I'm going to keep it like that first. Now I'm going to give a little color to the shirt, to the clothing, a little bit cooler, but this probably the right color. Looking for the brush stroke, and a little bit colder down over here, like this. They're probably a little bit too sharp, so I'm going to soften that a little bit. A little soften over here. That's perfect. I'm going to come back with this color. That's nice. Now coming on this side, maybe a little bit lighter. Here you go. Like this. Like that. Okay. A little bit softer over here. That's good. Now what I want to do now, and this getting a little dry, but I want the background have a little some variety. So I'm gonna just put the finger in the water. I'm gonna splash a little bit, a few drops into the background. Okay, we are back. I'm going to do another round of adjusting. First, I'm going to start from here. This a little bit rounded. I have a page list all my brushes, my colors inside Enjoying Art. Take a look at it if you haven't looked at that page. Is enjoyingart.com. At the bottom, there's a link to the tools and materials. Okay, now it fixed that. Now coming to the face over here. Now take a look. This can come out a little bit. It's always a process of adjusting. You can do that a few times, just like any other medium, like oil painting, especially. You do lots of adjusting again and again, and this is a little bit move out a little bit, so you can see how easy you can make the adjustment. This is not hard. That's very easy, and that apply to all papers, all brand of papers that they are fine. And some color, it make it a little bit more difficult to remove colors. But if you use the color that I suggested, look at enjoyingart.com at the bottom, tools and materials. You can see exactly the brand and colors that I use. I'm going to do an adjustment over here. That is much better. It's so easy. I'm going to remove the color over here too. Prepare that. We're going to go to the next step really quick. And a little bit softer over here. And a little bit lighter on the lips here. Now I'm going to pay attention to a little bit smaller area. Okay, let's take a look at over here. That can be a little bit softer. You don't have to make everything soft. But the skin over here, so I'm gonna make this look a little bit softer, and you can control how soft you want it to be. Like that, much better. And that should be a little bit easier over here. That's good. Now let's take a look inside here. This can be a little bit lighter. Let the highlight coming down a little bit gradually, like that. And take a look. This highlight should go all the way coming up here. Sometimes it's a little bit lighter. It make a huge difference. Okay, that is also to come to this way, like that, all the way coming over here. And everything is suggestions. And over here, coming up here too. In my page of the tools and materials, I also include the brush I'm using. And I'm going to leave a little color over here too. When you have the tones correctly, and it would be very easy to go to the next step after you adjust the value and the contrast, the edges correctly, and it's very easy. I'm going to make this a little bit lighter too. But something is more important than is all the details, and that is just your feeling of the personality. Can you capture the personality on the paper and keep yourself a little bit free from all those small things and making you being too careful? And the carefulness may not be actually give you the feeling of free to express. So the expression is actually what we need in a painting. And I also want to have this connect out over here, so you can find a way to adjust it. And I'm going to make this, but I don't want to totally remove everything here, and just a little bit lighter, smooth coming out over here. So those are suggesting the structure of someone's face. That is very important part of the likeness. Now that's good. And take a look. And this is have too much of contrast over here. So I'm going to use this 1-inch brush. I want to release the contrast over here. That's pretty easy. I'm going to make the outside a little bit lighter over here. And that's it. I'm just going to, so the contrast between the white color, very light color, and the outside, now you see that just a little touch is already become easier. It's much lighter now, right? Your attention now be able to come back to the face, not staying in this area. So I'm gonna make this a little bit softer like that. Those are called relationship. And over here, I'm gonna make this a little bit softer. And in fact, over here could have a little bit more yellow later. Okay, a little bit softer. And also I have this color, let it to connect up here. So you can see you can use the 1-inch flat brush to do the lifting if you're painting big enough. Like that. And also, I want to lift a little bit for the hair in here. Like the hair coming over here now become a little bit lighter. Now I can lift up little suggestions for the hair. So this is our challenge this month. for the Enjoying Art members. And if you feel you're up to it, okay, just try it. Follow the instruction and learn those techniques, and you will feel very free. But this doesn't really mean that the proportion, the composition is not important. We still go through those process. Now this is good. I'm gonna have this a little bit lighter too. That's all right. Now what I want to do now, I'm gonna come back to, wait a minute. I'm gonna make this edge a little bit softer because just a little touch to it, and you can see it becomes softer. Now it's a little bit gradually turning over. Now I'm gonna come back to pay more attention to the shape. Like say some of the transition over here, I still need to work into it. But the overall relationship is already there, and I like how the things come out. So I'm gonna come back to use the Paul Rubens round brush, and this brush is very well made. It's very good quality. So what I want to do now, I'm gonna come back, maybe start from the forehead and gradually coming down. So what I want to do now, I'm gonna have just a little bit of this red color. Start from the red color, and I'm going to have this here and a little bit more, a little bit darker, a little bit warmer, like this. Right? It's very easy when you see it and you know how to do it. It's just put the color in, and it's very easy. Now coming over here, have a little more color. So especially after you wash the color, lift up some colors, the color become a little dry on the paper. So usually it's a good idea to wash some color back on to moisture the area. Like that. That's good. I'm gonna continue use the red color, and I'm gonna get a little bit red color coming over here. Okay, a little red color, and coming from this side of the face, and coming to this cheek. Okay, and now come to the nose here. You can see this whole shape over here, and it looks a little bit darker, and also on this side a little bit darker too. It may not be this dark. So I'm going to lift it up a little bit and have this color gradually turn a little bit lighter, coming to this side like this, and over here too have a little color and gradually turn a little bit lighter on this side. Okay, that's good. And I'm going to add a little bit more details to the nose a little bit later. Okay, now come to look at the cheek over here, and now over here have a little bit more red, and in the eye over here have a little bit more brown color. So I'm going to pick this color and put it in here, and the same thing over here on this side, a little bit darker. If you ignore the eye, the detail in the eye, you're probably easier, and just ignore them. Just see the whole thing as one shape. Try it. Okay, on this side, I'm gonna add a little bit of this, a little bit more yellow color in here, because I think the reflection from the hair, you see a little bit more yellow gold color. It's good. squint your eye, and down here have a little bit more red, like this. Okay, that's good. Get a little bit yellow color for the chin, like that. And on this side, make a little bit softer. Okay. That's good. Now let's see. And the color coming over, and here it has much darker color. So I'm going to mix a little darker color. And still, the only three colors I have, yellow, red, and blue. If you want to be a little bit darker, and you will need to have a little bit more blue, a little bit more red. There's two colors. There's two pretty dark color. The blue color I use mostly is a pleasant blue. It is the very deep color. Okay, now I'm going to start having the deeper color over here. Okay. And also under here, also a little bit darker. And I'm going to have this color extended coming down over here with a little bit brown color. And the ear should not stand out that much, so it should have a little bit more red color in the ear. The ear always appear to be warmer. That's good. You cannot make everything look light. You have to have some darker color. Right, good. So right. Now I'm gonna add the color. It looks like some yellow and greenish color, so I'm gonna get a little yellow color. Maybe have a little blue. Now at the front over here, it does have that kind of feeling. That's good. Maybe a little bit too much down here. And down over here, I have a little bit red color. So I'm gonna add a little red color to the mixture here. That's good. All right. That's good. At the bottom over here, I'm gonna make it a little bit softer. A little bit red, and then extend the color coming down here. And also here, have a little bit of this color, like this. Maybe a little bit softer. Now I come back to see the side of the face over here, and I'm going to reform, try to make the nose look a little bit more clear. And let's see. I think that under the nose is this color. Let's take a look right over here. And then there's a little bit more red color, but let's continue. Form the shape as the cast the shadow underneath over here. Okay. take a look at the I'm going to add a little red color to working into the mouth. Let's see. Like that. That's good. Now I'm going to add a little shape at the corner of the mouth. Okay, a little bit darker, warmer color right over here. Take a look at that right over here. It's good. Maybe a little bit in, a little bit, like that. And add a little red color for the lower lip. Make this a little bit softer, looking for the transition, how it actually changed the shape. Okay, a little bit warmer color for the upper lip. To see how dark is it? Not too dark. Okay, there's a form over here. That's good. Now I'll come back to take a look at the nose. And up over here, the nose needs to expand it a little bit. So I'm gonna make this a little bit softer. Maybe come back to use a little bit a brush, a little bit stiff. Like this is a number 4 red sable brush. I'm gonna open up the shape of the nose. So you can see it's very easy to change things. So you don't need to worry about or nervous about that is, oh, I cannot make a mistake. And because I can't correct mistakes in watercolor. This is what most people say. And I don't know why. And do they do watercolor enough to say that? Or are they just being really afraid, scared of the medium? Okay, I'm gonna make that a little bit like that. I come back after this dry and then reform the nose. I'm gonna move it to the other side. And let's see. Doesn't really need a lot of color. Okay, over here. Let's take a look. That. A little bit more red. I'll take a little bit red color in here. Take a look what color, how much of each of the 3 primary colors and how dark is that color. And that's the key. Okay. Look for the color and get a little bit smaller and smaller now. So pay a little bit attention to the smaller shape. Okay. That's good. Now I'm gonna have a little bit softer, a little bit lighter. Now connect it in here. And the outside has a little bit more yellowish color. So I'm gonna pick this a little bit yellow-green colors on this side. Okay. And the top over here has a little bit red color and a little bit smoother transition. So I'm gonna have not too much. That's good. Like this, a little soft transition. Now I want to just clean the brush, nothing else, and just have the color gradually turn to fade away up here. That's good. Now let's see. And in here can be a little bit softer, so I'm going to use this small brush to lift it up to make it a little bit softer. Okay. All I try to let you see is you don't need to be afraid. I come back to the corner a little bit later. So now I'm going to move my attention to the area of the eye. But before I do that, this looks a little bit dry, so I'm going to use a bigger brush and come back here. Maybe have a little bit blue color. Just a little bit blue color, maybe a little red color. Have like a light purplish color. For the background, also the clothing in the background. Connect to the background. I want to have this color a little bit more like this. So when I have the same color on both sides, it would appear a little bit softer, which is because the contrast is become a little bit less. Okay, over here too, I'm gonna have it a little bit darker. And over here too, and the shoulder over here. Also coming up like this. This need to be smoother, so soften the edge. Also over here, a little bit smoother, soften that, coming down. But you don't want to make everything look flat. And the form actually change. Okay. And the back over here also use the same color, almost the same color, and have a little bit coming up gradually, like this. And the painting will look more and more finished. Okay, at the bottom over here, I'm going to make this a little bit softer and connected. Okay, now take a look at the back of the hair on the back that need to turning a little bit more toward the other side. So, but I don't want to have too much contrast. Okay, should not be that much contrast. So it doesn't need to be too dark. I'm gonna have something like this. That's good. And also have a little bit orange in this colors. Like this. And here probably dark enough, but close to the shadow area, probably need a little bit darker, like this. And now I'm going to have a little bit darker color in here. Like this. It's a little bit softer at the end over here. It's very easy to modify it. And on the other side, I'm gonna have a little bit golden colors. A little bit golden colors. Got a little bit yellow color, a little red, orange-ish, and have a little bit blue, and that's it. You see how easy you mix any color you want. And now I'm gonna come back here to see, okay, I'm gonna make this color a little bit thicker. Like that. Oh, that's fine. What I want to do, I'm gonna lift up a little bit, showing the hair a little bit cleaner over here. It's just a very soft, very soft. And that's it. That delivers what we need. All right, I'm going to do, I'm gonna have a little warm brown color to get a little bit the red color in here, a little bit yellow. That's good. And over here, I'm gonna have that next to the hair, like that. Okay, that's good. And I'm gonna make this a little bit darker. A little bit red, a little bit blue. That is pretty dark. Dark blue colors. Right over here. That's good. Now, while we're doing this, the face getting drier. So I come back to take a look over here. Take a look at the corner of the mouth. I'm gonna give it a little bit more definitions to that. And this, good. And the lower lip of the mouth. Get it move out a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna clean a little bit over here. Clean it up over here a little bit more. So I have this color connect to the lip. That's good. I'll come back to do a little more later, but I think over here should remove that color. So from bigger relationship, bigger connection, get a little bit smaller and smaller and smaller, and you can fix it. Even just with watercolor. Doesn't really need to use any white color. With the right paper and the right tool, the right color, the right brushes, and that's good. So now I'm gonna leave that a little bit, but the T over here is not that wide. So before you're going into the 2x2, you want to see the whole T, the whole row, and this a little bit darker. So softly blend it outside over here like that. So you can see the row of T actually turning over like that. Have that feeling. That's just good. Now I'm gonna working into the eye area because I think you are have been waiting for that. I'm gonna start a little color on the eyebrows. And here we go. Right over here. The eyebrows is not that dark. It's a little bit cool color, like this. I'm gonna looking for this side. Maybe the other side, the eyebrows need to be a little bit higher. So I'm going to soften that. We work on it a little bit later. Now, that's good. Now I'm gonna give a little bit the first round for the eye line. So I'm gonna work on this eye first. Look at it. Where is it? It's right over here. And a little line over here. And like this. Right? That's the eye. Look at the triangle. And that's, and the right hand side is, yeah, that is about the place for the eye. Set a little color for the iris. Okay. That is the first round. Just set the location for it. Now I'm looking at this eye and looking for the angle of the eye line like this. So that the whole thing needs to move it a little bit higher. So let's take a look. And the corner of the eye is right over here. Okay, that's good. Looks like this. And look at it again. Okay, no need to push it until you have enough observation. Okay, coming over here. And look at the iris on this side. And that will be the first round. And I may need to fix a little bit more on this cheek. We're gonna see. And the iris will be here. Like that. And let's take a look. Take a look at the corner of the mouth. I'm gonna come back to that. Looks pretty warm, so I'm gonna have a little bit more red color into the mixture. Okay. Take a look. And the corner of the mouth over here. That's good. Now looking at the nose. No need to finish one place before you go into other place. Kind of keep it rotating. The nostril area is about here. Okay, that's good. Now looking for the side of the nose. Where is it? Right here. Now, I'm gonna have a little bit orange brown colors. I'm gonna take this orange color first can see the side of the nose right over here. That's already too dark, so I'm gonna have a little bit red with a little yellow, just the orange color, because that is in the light side. It looks fresh and bright. Probably already too dark, so I'm gonna take this color and I'm gonna put it in here and make this a little bit lighter at the same time, and I'm going to just use the red color. Look again, it's not that dark, so it's a little red color over here. Connect that down over here like this. If you're feeling painting this way and give you some excitement, as I say, that would be wonderful. But if you feeling that kind of like you cannot take it now, it's okay. So come back later. Someday you will enjoy this kind of painting. So I'm gonna take a little red color on this area, and also here I have a little red color. The color transitions is very, very important. That make a little softer. Let the color blend in like that. It's good. Let's see. Over here should have a little bit darker tone. So always looking for the transition. Just no need to rush into the eye and those details. Like this. Let's see. Over here, I'm looking for a little bit yellow orange color. Like this. Okay, now the painting slowly getting there. I'm gonna have this a little bit lighter. So always keep your eye this on the bigger connection, the transition, and thinking how the things render, create the forms. And the corner over here now I'm gonna have a little bit darker. Not just darker, looking for what color. I think it's a little bit greenish color. So like put that color in here. Like that. And the corner over here. Now I'm going to fix the edge a little bit. Now I want to have this a little bit softer. So I want to have this feeling the cheek actually turning over instead of coming over here. Stop. This is not a good feeling. So I'm going to have this a little bit softer. Sometimes just a little bit, tiny suggestions. It's actually fine. And now actually look a little bit more turning to the other side. Okay, let's see. Over here, clean up a little bit, prepare for the lower eyelid I'm gonna work on. And now looking for the eye over here. Should light up a little bit over here. So you don't have to be very precise at the beginning. You just let it flow. If something you need to remove it, something you need to clean up, and clean up that with the technique that you need to use. Like over here now, I'm expanding this area. That's fine. No need to feel afraid. And then I'm gonna add the brown color outside, and that will work. Okay. Now what I want to do now, I'm gonna come back over here, working on the eyebrows right over here, and keep it a little bit darker here. And now I'm gonna inside over here a little warmer color, and a little warmer, also a little bit darker. This color a little bit warmer, and I'm gonna put that in here because seeing as the inside wall of the eye. That's good. And also some color over here too. And that is a little wet, so I'll come back a little bit later. Okay, I'm gonna start working onto the shoulder area. And first I'm gonna have little suggestions of the catch the shadow of the hair. Like that. A little bit over here. Okay, that's good. And also I'm gonna start suggesting the necklace. The necklace is very simple. Just draw the line over here first. Start over here. Look first. And move like this. Like that. A little bit on the other side, but it's not so dark. A little bit like this. It's fine. And that's probably a little bit too much on the other side, so I'm gonna make the line a bit softer. So that's fine. It looks like the necklace have a little bit green color, so I'm gonna set a little bit green color as the base color over here first, and come back to add a few dots, and then it's it. And it looks pretty simple. Okay, now I'm going to continue coming into give a little form of the mouth, and let's do that now. Just a little red color. Look at it. Where's the red color? In over here, have a little bit suggestions. In over here, a little bit red. It's good. And also the outside over here. That's good. And now a little bit darker, and the lower border, like right over here. That looks good. Under here, have a little bit light color of this, a little lighter value, and I have this kind of gradually coming down like this. That's good. Now I'm gonna working inside the eye, and I'm gonna get the painting finished. Before I do that, I'm gonna set a little bit warmer. Look at the color. It's a little bit warmer and almost this color, but a little bit yellow, a little bit more like a brown color. And I'm going to set this color here is showing. It's good. I like that. And down here, the color, I'm going to make it a little bit more red color, showing the warmness of the skin, like this. Like that. Now I'm going to get a little yellow color. I'm actually going to put it maybe a little bit red, so it has like a orange color. I'm going to glaze over this area. It's a little bit dimmer, like that, and then become a little bit lighter down here. So this is called glazing technique because the watercolor translucent. So you can have the color on the top, layer over layer. It's still going to look pretty fresh and still look good. Okay, looks good. Now I'm gonna work inside the eye, but before I do that, I'm gonna set a little color on the hair on the forehead. I'm gonna use this brush. The hair is goat hair. Okay. And the outside, the hair a little bit lighter. So I get a little yellow color, mix in here, make a little bit lighter. Now that's good. Like this. A lot of suggestions. You don't have to do hair by hair. Just a little suggestions showing the movement. Okay, now we're going back inside the eye. Let's see. Inside the eye white, I'm gonna clear it a little bit. It's a little bit inside over here. I'm gonna use this number 4 small red sable round brush. Clear that a little bit, that space. Put it inside the eye white. It's not totally white color, okay, it's a gray color basically. Okay, that's good. Now this area is wet, so I'm going to keep away from that for a little bit. And I'm going to add a little red color actually in here. And then looking into the lower eyelid. The lower eyelid a little bit disconnected from the eye. So this is good. It's not going to be affected by the wetness in the eye. Okay, here. That's good. And also over here in the corner of the eye. It's good. On this side. Now at the beginning, you don't have to look at or pay attention to any of those smaller shape. But now you can. Now looking inside her eye, it's pretty dark, a little bit bluish. So I'm gonna pick this color. Okay. Set the color in the iris. Maybe a little bit too early. So I'll come back later. I rather to do a little bit inside in the areas of the eyebrows. Like this color. Give it a little details. A little bit. A couple lines here. On this side. That's good. Now I'm gonna working into the nose area, so come back to the eye a little bit later. Just get a little red color, and I'm going to apply it over here like that. Get the freshness. And on this side, I also have a little bit orange color on this area. So now you see the things we did not pay attention to. Now is the time to pay attention to. It's very light color, add to it and make a difference. Because that is the power of suggestions. It's good. Let's take a look at the lips. I'm gonna pick a little red color. Okay. And take a look. This color may be a little bit darker like this. This is good. A little warm, dark color right in here. Now a little bit suggestions for the T. And like that. That's good. Now take a look at the reflected light, and under the chin over here should be a little bit darker. So I'll take this color. Yeah, this will be the color. I'm gonna have this, make it a little bit darker, like that. And I'm gonna softly and extend it. Now I'm looking at this area and look at the corner of the mouth, and I'm going to take this color, maybe a little bit more red, and make it a little bit darker. Looking for the color. This is probably the right color. In the corner over here, there's a very important detail. That's good. Okay. Now I'm gonna set a little color into the T, get a little red. That's good. Now's the time. Give a little suggestions like this. If there's too much, you can always can let it go. And the corner, a little bit gray color. I'm gonna expand that, the gray color, expand over here. So move it a little bit wider, like that. Yeah, the two a little bit wider, like this. That's good. Okay, we'll come back here a little bit later. And now I'm going to see the color change on the cheek, coming a little bit more purplish color. So I'm going to have a little blue color-ish, kind of purplish color facing to the clothing, like that. Open this up a little bit, make a little softer, and the red color over here, a little bit smoother transition. Okay, let's see, a little bit brownish color over here. It's good. Let the water blend it softly, like that. Now I'm gonna do a little lifting off, a very soft lifting off. So I'm just gonna use this round brush for the reflected light over here. Reflected light is usually soft. It's a very good use of the lifting up technique, and make it really soft and just very simple lifting. And that's it. I'm gonna have this color coming down over here. That's good. And also I'm gonna glaze a little red color, not too much, in this area. But on the other side, need to be a little bit darker. And look at that, is need to have a little bit more red. Okay, on this side. Now also in this area some changes. So I'm gonna add this a little bit warmer here too, right over here. See that the color. Now I'm gonna come to the edge. Over here, I'm gonna have something a little bit sharper. So I'm gonna pick this color, almost like a gray color, right over here. What I need to do is just add a little tone right over here. Like that. And now I have to have it a little softly extended. Like that. That's good. Okay, good. Now the eyes already dried. Now I'm gonna come back to set a little blue color, a little deep blue color. Okay, inside over here. Set that first, and over here, look at that, maybe extend a little bit with this blue color. And that's good. I will come back later in that area and let it dry, and before I come back. And over here I'm going to extend the tail a little bit lower, so I need to have a little bit suggestion here. Close the gap a little bit, and that's fine. I'm going to take this color. Look for the color. I don't want you to just make the black or maybe a neutral colors, just in a scale, light and dark in here. And also on this side. This side's a little bit darker. Here you go. Now I'm going to continue working into the other side of the eye over here. Now here we go. Look, observe. That's good. Have a few line for the eyelashes. and walking into the iris now. Lydia, this student, is a very talented artist. Okay, now coming to the other side. Make it a little bit darker. Okay, this eye. And then give a little suggestion for the eyelashes. And now come back a little bit inside of the shape of the nostril area, inside a little bit darker. Now let's see. I'm going to look into inside the mouth, a little bit red. I'm going to soften this area, make it a little bit lighter. Let's see. I think this area should be a little bit lighter here. A little bit both, a little bit lighter, show it. So I'm going to lift up a little bit lighter over here. And if I want, I can come back after it dries. I'm going to make that a little bit darker, and then it will create a form. A little bit. And over here, a little bit lighter coming down. You see, from big to smaller and smaller. And watercolor gives you lots of freedom to change things. And on the cheek over here, I'm gonna have it have a little bit red color. I'm gonna showing this. It's not so white like this. And seeing almost like a little blue colors over here. Now want to come back here to give it a little bit more, and over the other side a little bit more yellow. I'm gonna turn a little yellow color here. And there you go. Wrap around this area. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna soften the edge. Like that. And let's see. Color looks really good. Now come back to the necklace. I'm gonna give a little bit suggestions, and just this color, almost like look like a gray color. And let's see. Start from the middle. Also the edge over here, a little bit in a shadow. And that is good enough suggestions. Now what I want to do, I'm going to give it a little bit of suggestions for the highlight. Just a little bit. Don't have to do the whole line. Just a little bit over here, like that. That's it. That's good. Now I'm going to do one more round for the outside. In the background, I'm just going to take this color and a little blue. Okay. Like that. Better. And in the background, I'm going to throw a little purple color. It's all about balance. How you see the balance. Okay, I'm going to have a little purple color over here. And now the background on the right side over here, the value is very close to the hair. So this is good. Now I'm gonna clean up a little bit here, the color. I want to clean up a little bit over here, this color. Like this. And I'm gonna make this a little bit lighter. I clean up a little bit over here with this big brush. Okay. Up here need to be a little bit lighter. Otherwise this looks like a color coming in a little bit too much. This actually, the shoulder over here, there's the bone on the shoulder. It should be a little bit higher. Make it a little bit lighter. That's good. Paul Rubens watercolor block is cold press. It's very flexible. So if you haven't tried it, give it a try. Like that. Now it's there. Now the painting is finished. This video is also as our first product giveaway. So please leave your message with the reflection suggestions under this video in the comment. First 20 people would enter into the product giveaway. We're gonna pick the 2 winners. Our next week's one of the videos, we're going to announce the winner needs to respond within a week. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and turn on notification by check the bell. And the next video come out, you will receive the notification. If you want to have the interactive learning experience, getting my feedback and as well other members' feedbacks, you should join our Enjoying Art learning community on Patreon. And just use the link over here, and also have the link at the end of the video or in the video descriptions. See you in my next video.